Hello everyone, this is Super Dimensional Bun. Today I'll be reviewing Bandai's HGCE Freedom Gundam from the series Gundam Seed. Now this kit is actually the part of Bandai's Revive series, where they're going back to their old high-grade kits and redoing them in modern design techniques. So, to start off, this kit was produced in 2015. It currently retails for 1,800 yen. The original kit was produced back in 2003 and was a lot more had proportions were off essentially. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this kit. Let's take a look at the kit itself. So here's the front, of course. Let's take a look at the back. Now this kit has a bit of a weight, some balancing issues because of the wings. So I have to lean it forward quite a bit. Well, there's the side view. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the articulation. So here's the head. It can spin 360. This is due to its ball joints. The collars on this kit inhibit it a little bit, but you can work your way around it. Okay, you got the wings. Oops, I meant to do this. They're longer than the original kit. Okay, let's look at the shoulders. So they're connected by a ball joint as well. So I can shrug the shoulders up that high. And as for bending them forward, they don't bend out as much as some other newer kits. Well, if you pull it out a little bit, they do. So anyway, let's keep going. Of course, the arm itself can spin 360. Hand, of course, is connected by a ball joint and spins 360 as well. It bends maybe 45 degrees each, a little less than 45 degrees each way. Okay, and then it has a double jointed elbow, so it bends practically 180. Okay, there goes the V-fin. So let's look at the waist. Whoops. So turns essentially about 45 degrees each way before you get snagged on something. Not a big deal. Put the V-fin back on. Yeah, I recommend gluing this piece because it pops out quite a bit. Probably pop out 5 more times before this review is over. Okay, now let's take a look at the waist. So you can look up and look down with varying degrees. It's connected via a ball joint polycap in 2 spots, up here and at the bottom. So pretty good range of motion right there. Okay. Now let's look at the legs. So open up the skirt armor. See the leg can turn almost all the way to the sides. Let's see. Let's get these waist armors out of the way. Show you how much it can bend. There you go. And just to give you an idea how far this leg can go up. Well, before the front skirt armor gets in the way, actually. And let's take a look at how far the leg goes back. Alright, and of course the knee is double jointed. Let's see, can I do a kneeling pose? Probably almost certainly could. Oh, there goes the other hip armor. Alright, so you can do a kneeling pose. Not sure if I ever did any anime, but there you go. Alright, let's look at the feet. So, there are two sections where it can bend a little. One section up here, and of course the foot. So, just to show you, this foot can actually point all the way down and bend forward a little bit. It points that much before pointing the foot down. And as we're moving sideways, it can't turn too much, maybe that far. So the legs can only go about this far apart before it starts lifting. And it becomes unstable. So let's go ahead and put the side skirt armors back on. Alright, now let's look at the accessories. Let's go ahead and lean this guy back on his wings. So you got a shield, a beam rifle. Let's talk about the shield first. One nice thing that Bandai designed was that there's a bit of a squarish piece at the bottom of at the top of the handle. This piece fits onto the fist, and kind of a light click, so it doesn't jiggle around as if it were loose. It would pretty much follow the hand. So that was a nice bit of engineering right there. Beam rifle, standard beam rifle, of course with the movable second handle, and a little nub here where you can actually connect it to the back of the Freedom Gundam, so we can store it right there. Be nice if this kid came with a bazooka, but I don't think Freedom Gundam ever had a bazooka. And of course, clear beam sabers. It comes with two. They're pretty long, almost as tall as the kit. Goes up to its top of its chest. It fits on top of its into its beam sabers. So let's go ahead and start looking at the included weaponry. So we got the rail guns. Bend outward. This is going to be a bit tricky, so a nice thing about this version of the kit is that the handles in the railguns come out. This was not possible with the original kit due to the engineering of the time, but now you have it, and it's always nice to have. Okay, and fits firmly in place due to these tabs. And all right. Now let's look at the wings. So, this thing keeps popping out. That's the thing about these new high-grade kits. There's so many parts that are movable. Things do tend to pop out, but they go back firmly in place. Okay, let's take a look at the wings. So, bend all the way up. And of course, there comes the plasma cannons on the back. Another new feature that this version has versus the original kit is that the plasma cannons can turn. The original kits could not, so you were only able to do one pose with these cannons. And there goes the V-fin. The original kit, you could only have the plasma cannon pointing out like so. But with new engineering, you can have a better range of motion. So it would go on like that. Now normally, if the V-fin was still on, there was a chance that these rail cans would get in the way and knock the V-fin off. Nice long, has nice long wings, maybe a little too long, but I'm not really complaining. Okay, get back there. Alright, now let's talk about the pros and the cons of this kit. So, pros. This is a very well proportioned kit. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Beam sabers. So another thing that this new version of the kit can do that the original could not is that you can join the two beam sabers together. If you can see right there, there's a little notch that in each beam saber which you can put together, and I don't know if you heard that click. It clicks together and it stays firmly in place. So you can put the two beam sabers on and you have an extra long double beam saber and go all Darth Maul on it and everyone. Okay, let's leave that aside. So back to the pros. So proportions on this kit are great. Very flexible. Can do a wide range of poses. Has better engineering than the original. So, and it's a great design. It's one, like everyone says, it's classic design. Whether you like the series or not, it is a very solid kit. If you like the winged Gundams, this is a pretty good one. Of course, there are only a few out there, but this one, I think, hits it dead on with metal wings and great design. Now the cons. I would say I was a little surprised that the wings were connected to, basically they're all sandwiched together right here by the gun, and it's kept on the kit by this one peg that fits on right here with this little wing that doesn't bend outward. It only turns with the whole wing. So if you tend to play with it a lot, these things will pop off. So something to be careful with. You don't want to wear down the joints. Same thing with the hip armor. The con is, of course, the V-fin keeps popping off if you don't glue it. But a little glue would go ahead and fix that problem. Now, one more thing is that Bandai gave this kit clear yellow eyes. They gave you foil stickers to put behind them, and which I have done, but as you can see, it's not very visible. I think you have to shine a light on it to really make the eyes look really good and reflect light. So that was kind of a fail, in my opinion. Okay, now quickly I'll just go over what I painted. If you want to make this thing accurate, anime accurate, you have to do a bit of painting. These railguns, the tips of the railguns were all black, so you need to paint these parts red. Let's see, this vent in the knee, you need to paint red and maybe gray in the back. The shield. Because one nice thing is that these parts were already molded in white, so the original kit did not have that. Otherwise, you'd have to paint this portion red, and this back piece was all black, so I had to paint that gray and white. Let's see. So there are a lot of little details on this kit that need, I don't know, coloring or painting and whatnot. That's right. The beam rifle, of course, came in only gray and white. This part painted blue with a Gundam marker. Didn't quite come out the way I hoped. Oh well. And the scope that needed painting as well. And let's see. This one little vent in the shoulder was all blue, so I painted it a little white. And let's see. Last but not least, is the back, where in the leg pieces, I guess the two nozzles on the back of the legs were painted gray, and all these little details were painted black. Up here, let's just use this as a pointer. This red stuff was painted. This red and yellow was painted too, and of course the rail and plasma cannons needed painting too. So this little section here, I'm going to have to paint it sky blue, and the red parts. Those are all black. Now let's do a quick little comparison with the Strike Gundam. So of course this is also the HGCE version, Revive version of the Strike Gundam. Both great kits. Let's see, this one was produced back in 2013, and at the time the engineering of the shoulders were a little, not the shoulders, the elbows were a little different. You can see here they have the two rounded articulation points, whereas the Freedom Gundam, it's all square, which in my opinion looks a lot better. It's sleeker, it fits the kit a lot better. This kind of disrupts the flow of the kit in a way that has rounded joints here, while the rest of the kit looks kind of squarish. Okay, and last but not least, that's another winged kit. That's the High New Gundam. It's a bigger kit, but and it comes from the UC universe. Both of them are great kits. This one's had a lot more blue on it. Anyway, so this has better engineering though. It's newer, has a heftier feel. Yeah, and this one's of course Armor's personal unit, so that has that going for it. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. Tune in again for a review of other kits, and we'll see you next time. Happy modeling!